All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good night, everybody. Hopefully you're having a lovely time wherever you're at in the world. Thank you for joining us for this next episode. This is going to cover Marin Woods and Marin Village, but in order to start the quest line to go up there, you actually have to accept the quest from this dog, which is actually for the Weeping Sisters quest, which goes to Lowland Meadows. If you try to go down into the market area where the kid and where Will and Captain Randolph are, that quest won't be there until you finish this, because the world changes as you go into a cutscene that happens during this quest line. So with that being said, let's knock this out real quick so y'all can see what it looks like, and then you go from here and then you get to Marin Woods. And we're gonna cover this one's gonna be a long one, so I'm gonna need you guys to buckle in, because Marin Woods is massive, and there are so many nooks and crannies there, but it's amazing. But you're gonna follow the doggo over here. You just have to stay near it, because if you like try to cut ahead of it, it will stop walking, and then you won't get to this point where you're able to progress the quest line. You get an item from Tuvult here, and you have to go all the way back the way you came. Very cloak and dagger like. But once you get this quest started, you should be able to, after you come on in here, you'll get kind of like slowed down by Winnick, and then you can just walk right in. As soon as you do that, if you want to, the loot in here should have respawned from the last time we were in here. It's just above you on the banister there, plus yeah, so once you just take a couple steps forward, pretty much to the line of the light, the cutscene will proc, and you'll get more lore and more in-depthness to the game, which is just fantastic. They did really good with the character development in this game. But you come over here, you talk to Ellsworth. He gives you a quest to tell you that this is where the Lowland Meadows quest essentially progresses, that Weeping Sisters quest. So we're gonna ignore it for now, because we're gonna cover Lowland Meadows in a whole video as well. And that area is also just large. I've been playing, I just hit 200 hours on this patch, and I think at like hour 190, I think I found a shortcut in there that went to the shallows. It's insane. But Randolph isn't here anymore, as you can see, so we come over here into the market, and him and Will should be talking. It should auto proc dialogue as soon as you walk up. You can skip through it, blah 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 blah. You talk to Will, he'll ask you to go forward, and then you can talk to Randolph if you want to. As soon as you do that, it should proc the roots that bind, and then we're just gonna head up to the north, because this is pretty much where Marin Woods walkthrough is going to start. So we're gonna cover every shortcut, every nook, every cranny, the Spore locations, loot treasure locations, secret bosses, all of that jazz. So like I said, buckle up, because this is gonna be a long one. And there's a shortcut in here that I barely found just a little bit ago. So once you get over here, it's gonna be all picturesque and cinematic and stuff. You walk in. There should be a treasure chest right under this bridge, or at least a spawn location of some kind. If you get big loot, you get big loot. It's all GG's. But here's your first whisper. So before we progress forward, we're going to hit all of the loot locations. So come over here, jump on this. That is an item. Jump into the water and swim over to the far right. There should be a little platform you can climb on. And just know there are enemies down there. You can jump into the water, but we're gonna come and fall over this, which you can just walk down it if you want. Make sure you grab your item, whatever it might be, and then plop down. There will be enemies on this island, so be careful. They are evil. Take care of them. And then, loot goblin. There's a couple of things down here. Mostly just resources and a couple of other things. But the main thing is you can come over here, and there will be an item spawn here, so just keep note of that. And you guessed it, underneath the waterfall there's more treasure. This is the only thing really to do down here, but this will right on the wheel over here. Also there's fish deposits and other stuff like that. Tiny little area, mostly just loot. The most important thing about coming over here though is there's a shortcut right here that we will be able to activate. But that comes a little bit later if we find some spores and all that jazz. So with that being said, hop on over here and let's go back up onto the bridge. Now, from here, you're probably thinking, well, how the heck do I get over there? Because you've got this blob creature in the way. And realistically, you really can't go too far out to the left because there's those tendrils. You do not want to touch the tendrils. They will kill you. So if you come over this way, you've got a couple of resource spawns over here in the corner. Potatoes, herbs, lithups, all that jazz. Climb up the wall, and right here will be the first spore that you find. After that, you can just jump on down here and sneeze on this. Hachoo! Get out of here. And then that will make it so that way the water is swimmable in to a degree. Like, you still can't go this way because there's still other things that you have to clear. So I just wanted to show you that because there's one above this house that we have to get. But now this area is clearable. You can get up. You don't have to worry about stuff. We do have to kill another one of those to clear that out. So we can't go to the right yet, but we can progress up this road. I'm just going to progress up here to kill these guys because I don't want to deal with them. And then if you come up here a little bit, we're going to try and cover this like side to side. But underneath this shortcut bridge, there is a dig site and some herbs here. Nothing super crazy going on here, just something that is here if you choose to come over this way and or fall down here, because there is a shortcut that you could potentially fall down while fighting enemies near it. If you come up here, you'll notice that there's another blobby boy, so we're gonna run down here. We're gonna run back, and if you want to, there's an NPC to talk to, a fire pit, more fish locations, all that jazz. But the big thing is that there are, what is it called? There are routes to climb up there, but what we want is this this hidden area over here. So from in here, it's mostly just looking around. You can pick up a couple of things here and there, but as you'll know, you can't like climb up these things. So what that means is we have to go in. So when you do that, be careful because there's enemies in here. Mostly one climbing out of the floor trying to, oh my god, he picked that guy up. Don't worry, I saved you just to kill you. So be careful, that can spawn in here. Danger, danger. But we're looking for, I believe, a key that will unlock this. We're looking for the Watermill key, right? But as soon as you clear those enemies, there's the shortcut to that wheel. Kick it down and come on back over here to this ladder. We're going to progress up to the roof. Kill the mobs as they spawn. Oh, don't step in the thing. But you can kick them into it and they will die. Be careful though, because if you don't have food or anything on you, it is a very easy way to find yourself back to the last whisper that you rested at. But that window look like, I know you can go out that window after you kill this thing. Oh god, I'm gonna die. No, we're good. Okay. So you're gonna jump over here and walk through this because we have a couple of things that we can scale on. One, there's gonna be some lootables here. The other thing is that you can jump over to this ledge. Ooh, that was a little sketchy. Grab it and get this chest over here. Line up a little bit better than I did, yeah. And if you come back over here, there should be some lootables and a spore for you. Ooh, god, don't touch me. Death. But come over here and grab this spore so you can get through these other areas over here without dying instantly, because it can be a unfortunate rough time. Yeah, so if you want to, you can sidle back over here if you want, because there is a little I believe when we get rid of this, it will cleanse the window, because I don't know if you can go through it beforehand. I'm gonna say no. Yeah, it looks like it clears stuff from there. So now you can climb up through here and go up. You could also come this way via this ladder that was back here if you wanted to, but yeah, it's just better just go knock out that disease and then get back up here. But what you want to do is head over to the other side of the roof, and from here there's a beam you can walk on right here. And there's just more items over here that you can go for. So again, if you want loot, get the loot. If you don't, then don't. Simple as simple as. But in here, there is loot and a mob. Oh, okay, I'm dead. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to chuck yourself into oblivion. Kill the mob that's up there, grab the loot, so that way you can get out of there. Now, in destroying that, I do believe it has cleared the door for us. Yeah, okay, so now you should be able to come in here, no problem. So now you don't have to run all the way back around. I'm just a clown and I messed that up. So let's, for all of the sake of going back up there and showcasing it, don't do what I did. Learn from my mistakes. I may have solved how to get up here, but it still hasn't stopped me from controlling myself, from throwing myself into oblivion. But you can navigate back over here because we are going to be coming back this way. But now that we remember that there's an enemy here, or you can just turn around knowing we're coming. Okay, you can stop it. Bad bird. We can see that there's the loot spawns in here, which could also be a chest. But we know now that that drop, I mean, you might be able to live, but we're not gonna fall down there because we're gonna go down to the bridge anyways. Stop targeting him. What did he do to you? He hasn't done anything yet. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come over here, and if you, I'm really just coming right here to show you because I don't know if you can see it or not. Top left of the corner of the screen, there is a chest there. The way you get to that is you come back over the roof here and just fall right here. And then you can grab this loot, whatever it might be. Big chest, little chest, whatever. That should be those couple pieces of loot. I, for all intents and purposes, should have had you come over here first. But there is another piece of loot all the way across the bridge on the other side by this nest. And this, I do believe, is the key. Oh, no, that's the skull. The more you know. I'm still kind of learning this area. I just know that it's over here. Figuring this out together. I think you got to get it from over here, but let's see. Yo, big boy. Stop it, rude. All right. So with that, we loot the chest behind him. Open this door because this is a shortcut back in here. Ooh, you don't see me. And then you can come over here. There is a dig spot, an ore deposit, and a tree you can cut down and all that jazz. Trying to remember where this key is at, because I am having a lapse in memory now and it's bugging me. I want to say there's something I'm missing up here and it's bugging me. Oh, I think that's it. Hold on. No, okay, yeah, you can't climb up that. That's what I thought, but let's come back out over here because I want to check and see, unless I'm insane. Let me... Oh, okay, I did pick it up. Well, shit. We found it. I was not paying attention to the blue orbs. I think it was the far right where we killed that one bird. After you find that key, it goes to this door down here. Don't be a clown like me. You find it, use it. Now, for in here, I do remember this. If you come down this ladder, there won't be anything down here until you hit the chest in the corner. And when you do that, there's an enemy behind that wall. You can already see him kind of moving around a little bit. In fact, I auto-targeted him, but... Oh god, it's a boss too. Okay, hey buddy. And he hit us with something. Oh, he's, I was gonna say, did he animate or what's happening? Yeah. Kill him. Deal with him. He dropped the corpse smeared blade. And then there is nothing back here. I'm just showing you that there's nothing here. Maybe an herb if you're lucky. But this is the real reason why you came down here. Just be careful. There is a guy lurking down here who's ready to take your dank chicken nuggets and laugh at you. So just know that that's there. But that's the only thing down there to my knowledge. After you get done with that, you can come back up and we're done with this side. But that should be all shortcuts opened over here. I would recommend going back up because we're going, well, actually no. So you can go out that door. I'll show you where that exits to because technically we're going to loop around to that anyways. But that should be everything down here. You just have to, in order to even get there, go through there. But after that, we can take the root wall that's over here and go up right here. And as we do that, we technically could have gotten here one of two ways. Either up that root wall, which is here's the entrance back to this watermill, or there is a hidden path underneath here that you can take that has loot and a wooden wall that you would go through. So there is that way to get up here too. So if you're coming from the road from over here, you just take the road right above him and there will be a road you can break, or a wall you can break through, a wooden wall, a woad, and then you can come back to here. So now that we're here, be careful because there will be a boar that comes down the tree trunk and the one that's right there. If you just walk right here, you can get this one to run out, and then we can see the other piglet is Anger and is now Bacon. Under the waterfall here is nothing, so don't worry about going there. If you come up here, and I actually kind of want to show you this because you don't even need to go up that way. I would recommend just coming over this way. Be careful not to fall off. You can just walk right here and then grab the wall and get up. Don't jump off that rock and accidentally die. When you get up here, there will be 2 mobs, and one mob will jump across from the left towards you. So if you walk over here, he will jump over. So be careful about that. In case you're feeling outnumbered, don't walk over to the left. Just keep circling around to the right. Oh, I know you didn't just dodge that. Stop it. Bad bird. Okay. But let's say you're here at this road. It's a dead end. You're not going anywhere from here. Now we want to go over to the right. From here, you've got this guy patrolling. You can climb up on this and then you can beat his ass and then jump on this. And then you can make the jump over here if you want. You don't have to come up that tree trunk, but I mean, if you want the wood resources that are back here, you can absolutely just come up here and then use this as a jump attack on him if you want. A little bit more conducive if they're standing right there for an attack, but it really just depends. But before we move on from this area, I need you to jump over here and over here. And once you do that, climb to the top, and there should be a chest or loot or whatever might spawn for you. Make sure you loot this. And then back down we go. That's really all that's up over this way. That's the only crazy stuff there. So get back either get back across or just climb back up the wall there if you fall. And then from here, there's nothing else to do over here. Like, there's no shortcuts or anything right here, but there might be resources, so loot to your heart's desire in that aspect. But we're gonna climb up the wall. Be careful, there's a spear wielder at the top of this wall. He can and will absolutely ruin your day, so just evade through him, backstab him. They're really easy to do that too, especially if you can get your timing right. Like, make them suffer. Over here, there's going to be a dig spot and resources. You can use this as a way to get over if you want, but for right now, we just simply can't go that way. I really wish I could grab ledges when I jump towards them. But you come back over here once you cross over there, and you're just going to drop because that's the easiest thing you do. But here's the next spore for our other bloaty boy. Get out of here, Hachu! And then they blow up, and now everything that was just covered and coated is now free. So now we have a climbable wall right here after that guy blows up that then lets us come up this way, right? And so now this is free access, and we can keep going back up, which would take us back to where we were and over here. So now you have like the high ground essentially, if you want to, because there are a couple of mobs over there. But the main point is you can see a shortcut right here, but we won't be able to get that till much later. As far as this area goes, you have another shortcut over to the left right here, and another sign. Again, we'll get to that shortcut in a little bit and just kind of pointing it out so you don't forget about it. And now we're gonna deal with these guys. You come over here and break those boxes. It should have that guy call in reinforcements, and then he'll jump down from the top. Deal with these as best you can. Stop it. I'm a young boy. And then run past them. You have a cooking fire and a whisper right here with resources galore, and you have more enemies just up the hill to the left, so be careful. So we're gonna go deal with them. And as you'll notice, there's a chest on top of this. We're gonna show you how to get that as well. Another big boy. How about you just take a nap? The dirt, I hear, is quite comfortable this time of year. And for all intents and purposes, I'm going to show you the right first, the right way. And by right, I mean Sprava, the actual right direction. Come out this way and jump across. And then as you run around here, there's going to be loot to pick up and all that jazz. Right here, you might not notice it, but there is a ore deposit right here that you can get. Definitely not hidden at all. But as you make your way around here, you'll be able to see this nice little cinematic view. Jump over onto this. If you fall off, just climb back on it. But what you're going to want to do is run from this corner right here and force yourself towards that wall. When you do that, you'll jump and grab this, and then there's another nettle spore right here. Now, from here, there's a couple of ways we can go about this. If you want to just skip everything that's on the right-hand side and just go forward, you can just jump to that wall and progress. But from here, there's going to be ore, and down here, you're going to have 3 rats and a little treasure thing right here if you want it. Cool blueberries. But we're going to end up killing these mobs because we want their resources and their schmeat. So you got 4 rats out here and a bear in the cave right above you who's actually... Here comes Smokey right now. Stop it. Stop it. Bad bear. So after you deal with the bear, if it comes to you or you go to it, either way, it'll be in that cave right there. You can get all the resources and stuff that are around here, crabs, trees, plants, or deposit, all that jazz. That's all you would miss if you skip that area. So if you don't want the extra XP or anything like that, then definitely just don't mind it at all. The one thing I should know is if you want to do this area a little bit more safely, bring a ring of endless climbing, because the ring of endless climbing will allow you to not fall to your death whenever you get a little overzealous on your leaps and try and jump past a lot of stuff. It's actually quite horrible if you die that way. I know, because I've done it plenty of times. But up here we have a bunch more resources, little chest here. Rat, I don't remember asking you a damn thing. Make sure you grab everything. There's a little treasure chest right here. And as you stand right here and loot, the camera will pan over to another guy we got to clear out right there. We are going to make our way to him, but he's not the next one on our list. For now, climb down right here, and we're going to come over here and open a shortcut. Kick that down. Stop targeting them. I hate that if you target something, my joystick is screwed. Oh my god, stop. There we go. Kick the shortcut down, and now we're going to go this way. Now, when we jump across here, don't be too crazy. Jump this way, and then call this one home. And then what we're gonna do, instead of go to the left, we're gonna come back over here to the right to what we cleared. Well, actually, invisible box. Before you do that, come in here, grab your treasure chest, then go to the right, because we're gonna grab an easy to grab spore. Take out the big guy. There's one above you, and then one up the road just ahead of you. So be careful of that. But the main reason we're coming over here is to grab this spore real fast, just because it is chill in there. After that though, leave that guy alone because he's not going to jump down. You're going to come to the left because we can't get to that one that's on the concrete yet. We have to come around this way. So when you come down here, you can't go up. You have to go down. Careful, there are a bunch of rats in here, so just be aware of that. Enemies, loot, resources galore. But when you come down here, I'll point this out now in case people forget or want to do it, because you do technically have a whisper checkpoint down here. But if you come to this floor right here and open up your emote menu and use the bestial power emote, you will find the unbreakable egg boss. This is supposed to be a secret side boss that is not necessary for any content outside of, like, if you want to plague Ichor or extra loot or whatnot. But what I'd recommend is if you come in here, I highly recommend just doing this, because this fight can be rough if you don't understand the moveset, and if you don't parry, you can absolutely get creamed in if you do this fight wrong and or under leveled or anything like that. So you walk in, you get a cool little cutscene. The unbreakable egg has spawned in. He'll jump down and be all angry. His first moveset will throw a weapon at you, so be sure to dodge 1 and then 2. And then after that, it's really just laying down the pain. He'll do his combo. I like to parry either the 3rd or 4th hit of that combo. Really just depends what you want to do. Then another cutscene spawns. This guy kicks the ladder down, and you now have 3 treasure chests available to you. Every 30 minutes when the area respawns, or however it can randomly respawn, you can come up here and loot this. This chest will always, the first time around, I haven't looted this again, but this first chest, the first time around, will always have the egg gear in it. I'm not entirely sure if you are meant to keep it, wear it, and then talk to the bird boss that you find, because after you kill this guy and then talk to the bird boss, you will find your way to getting another plague Ichor. Now, this is one thing I kind of want to point out as well. Let's say you do walk in there and totally just own that egg. You scramble that egg, you turn it into an omelet. You can just use the emote again, and it will bring the elevator back up to you. Now, I'm going to show you a little like tech you can do with this elevator. It skips a little bit of content. It's not like a whole lot, but it is just a nice little way to instantly get to 2 different sources of things that we're looking for. And this is what we're going to do. So if you walk just over here and jump, you'll get right to the spore. Make sure you don't do it too early, because you will absolutely like fly off into oblivion. And then this guy always spawns here to my knowledge, so just be careful. Brother. So annoying. But before, this is how you're going to jump over to that treasure. But before we do that, we're going to go back because once we drop down there, we want this to be open. So I'm going to jump across and get rid of this because now we picked up a couple of extra spores and now that's gone and we don't got to worry about it. So now we can go back through. So if I did fall right here, now I can go up through here and it's a little shortcut back up to where we're going. But let's go get that treasure chest just to show you what it looks like. You can full send it right off the ledge. Make sure you go to the south of that. But you can just full send it right off the ledge and you will land right here and get access to your loot unfettered and get whatever you're looking for right there. And now I want to show you a little bit more to the left because there's a couple of other shortcuts over here that we can start preparing to get opened. Because I want to kind of work our way all the way up through everything. So as you progress, so I want to point this out, instead of going to the right over here, so like if you went there, an easy way that you could just get up to that tree is to just come up through this this little vine patch right here, and it puts you right up to where you'd climb up that tree. So if you're gonna go fight the boss, you have access to a whisper and you have access to a couple of other little things there, but other than that, there is an NPC up here that you can talk to. Nothing super crazy, no big like loots or anything like that besides like resources. So we are gonna come down there or jump down, however you want to. Careful when you come over this way because as you come up here, there will be an archer and a boar that will charge you. Or the boar will charge you, but the archer will just make noises at you, so you can dodge through him and then knock the bird down. If you have the scream rune or something, you can usually activate it and send that bird guy to his death. Being fast is always better, but if you're tanky and can just deal with it, then just be careful. Don't roll off to your death because that's super easy. But you're gonna come over here. There's some resources if you want it. You don't have to go over there if you don't want to, but resources if you want it. Be sure to climb down this wall, and from here, deal with whatever mobs might spawn. They are a tad bit annoying. They always randomize as well. I think they're the bird guys, the Balaktaw, and then other things. But there's a Nettle Spore over here that I wanted to show you. Careful because a wolf will always jump over to you, at least the first time around. I don't know if it changes or randomizes per whatever mobs might be in the game, but from right here, a wolf will always jump at you. So we're gonna go around this way now. So this is the shortcut from Sacrament, from the graveyard. So we're gonna go this way. Watch out, there's an enemy that spawns in here. Very aggressive SOB. Treasure chest or loot of some kind. I usually see a blue dot, so it's actually kind of lucky to see a chest there. Kill that guy, kill these guys, because this is going to be one shortcut. And there's actually like 3 shortcuts here that we kind of get, so it's actually kind of crazy. So here's one shortcut. Kick that down. It leads back to the main road where we were just at, where we cleared that one disease away from. We come over here, and now there's a ladder we'll come down. And here is another Spore boy. Clear him away. And here's another shortcut right here. Now, we're using a little extra spores that we've got from some other places. There's another one in here. Be careful because one of those mobs that hides under the floor that attacks you is right here. So if you're gonna come in here and try and grab it, make sure you're quick. You grab that and start evading, and then send that MFer to the Shadow Realm. But be careful because they will pop out of the floor and absolutely try to steal your nuggies. Fox, move. But come down the ladder and we're going to grab the Sacrament Graveyard Key. Right here is the shortcut to Sacrament. And now, as you can see, the water is clear. So if you want to, you can start running out here and looting. Oh, come on. I know you can get up there, you clown. There we go. And back here you'll have some more like resources, a dig spot, things like that. Nothing like super crazy secret wise, just if you explore, you get rewarded, right? But that's the little section down here. Across the river though, you do have a chance at loot, a bunch more resources, all that jazz. Once you're done with that though, we're gonna go unlock the Sacrament shortcut. So come back over to the Fallen Bridge and just climb up on it. You can get back into Sacrament this way. And then there should be a cart. Oh no, that loads in at the end game. Well, then we got to take the long way around. There's usually a cart there that you can kind of kitty corner, climb up and get on the edge of that little overhang there, and then just cut through this graveyard, but it's not there until you complete the campaign, so that's whatever. But if you come back over here, just past the crucible, there is a door here you can open, and this is the graveyard key. There should always be loot here. I think it's always a great chest, but I'm not entirely sure. And technically this counts as the outer world, not sacrament, so that chest has the chance to respawn loot. But here's the shortcut back into Marin Woods that you can take. Bada bing, bada boom, baby, too easy. Now, the other thing that you can do over here is if you're right here, I believe you can walk off here and you should be fine. Yeah, okay. So yeah, if you walk off that ledge, you'll be just fine, hopefully. If you somehow manage to die there, I am sorry. But you should be able to just slowly walk off and come up here. There should be a little platform over here you can swim to. Again, just a little kind of like secret area. Last I checked, there's nothing like large loot-wise that spawns here, but this is just here. Just thought I'd show you. But there is a little root wall back here that you can climb up and get up to the other side where those wolves were that jumped at you. And there is another one up here, so just be careful. But there is a lot of resources and another chest. This is really the big reason why you came up this way, because there's nothing down there. The reward was in the climb and the journey and the friends we made along the way. But make sure you take all of your loot and all that jazz, and then you can use this to just jump back across. So now you're back to where you were. We're gonna cover another little like secret little area. That's a shortcut that we'll get later. For now, come back over here. And we're gonna do this because we have to go around the long ways to get back up there. So yeah, once you make your way back around this way, go back through the fallen tree and be sure to go down because we're going in the bottom direction. But from the shortcut here, instead of going to the far, like kind of hugging this corner up, we're gonna follow the dirt road. And right above us, there is a breakable wall. So right here is where you would have another little like view of the city, or not city, but the view of the world. There is a mob up here who always tries to go a little berserk. I don't know, I'm trying to play the melee game with him. Go to sleep. But this is how you would climb out here to get this item if you wanted to. There is no way back up this way from this route right here, to my knowledge, minus climbing up the vine wall that's over there, right, that we showed you. Quite literally just right above my head. But if you, in case you fall or whatever, let's say you fall through the roofs there, you can either go all the way around through the tree trunk or you can go up to the left and back around that way. Either way, you're gonna get to this house and there's a breakable wall that you can just slide on through and a ladder that you want to go up. Now, this can be kind of annoying to do because if you don't have a ranged weapon that can hit this, or your melee is kind of wonky, it can be a headache. But if you have like spells or other things that you can use to try and hit it, it's a little tedious. But if you can break that open, then you want to jump across to the other side and make it in, you bird clown. Hey, clownly. All right, try and line up this time. There you go. All right, when you get in here, you're gonna climb up these vines and it might look like you're climbing into nothing, but don't run, walk. There is loot right here. And then you also have more loot. I actually want that helm, so goodbye, give me those. You can walk out onto here and then grab this here. Now, you have two ways you can get down. You can keep going and jump over the ledge over there. You can fall down back onto the house and say, unless you didn't go down the other way. But we're done with this side, so just jump back over here and come back into the middle over here. From here, whee, boop, we're gonna walk out here. Be careful, because if you run to the left, you will absolutely fall and break your knees. If you go to the right, you can just evade off, jump off, walk off, whatever you want. As long as you fall in the pool of water, you're Gucci. Now, you got a dig site and two of these weird, like, or three of these skeletal mobs over here. One to the right and two to the left. That's what I meant to say. So we're gonna take care of them real quickly. Disgusting. Stop it. And I want to point out that there is a door right here that says it's locked from this side. We'll get there. Don't worry. I figured that out a little bit ago after not understanding it all. But once you come through these trees right here, there is a little hole. There will be another shortcut here after we get done dealing with something. There's another spore here I want you to grab because it will come in helpful. It will be useful later, or it'll be helpful later. Words. But we're going to come over here to this wall and start climbing it. There is a herb that can spawn back here, just happen to be potatoes. And you can just climb up the back of that there. But there's going to be a couple of rats up here. Make sure you deal with them. Yeah. Oh, Nelly. And I just want to check this real quick because I'm not sure. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, there's nothing there. All right, so come over here and be careful, but there is a root wall that you can climb up. The mushrooms be mushrooming. You'll get a little camera cutaway to a part of the quest line that will proc in a little bit. Don't run too far to the right because the little feelers want to grab you. They want to touch you. Climb up to the top of the ladder here and then just run across and you'll find another ooga booga. Find another booger. Blow it up with the spores and then just drop off the ledge. While the animations are going off, you can walk through them and they won't damage you. It's when they're still persistent that they will kill you. But before we do that, now that those are gone, come back around this way because now this is open. This used to be covered up before, and pick up your herbs and other stuff here if you want to. The main thing that we're doing here is now we're back around to this place where the enemy was at and the chest. You can crouch walk. Usually this guy doesn't aggro, so you usually can get a backstab on him unless you just like run straight into him. So be careful about that. But get the loot that's here and then we're gonna move on. Now you can proceed to Marin Village. You have a couple of places that you can grab some loot here, one of them being inside of this house. Like what you have to do is come over here, climb up this, jump across, and there's a beam that you're gonna go up right here. Oh my goodness gracious. Lag, please stop. Look how pretty that is. But once you get out here, there will be some loot all the way over here. And then we're gonna get a little American Ninja Warrior here, climb up to the top of this rooted chimney, and then you're going to fly bird. Jump over to the other side. When you do that, you should be able to just run straight across to open the chest that might be here. Little secret, nothing super crazy. More loot for you. But you just fall down. There is a whisper here that you want to grab for the area. Make sure you do that. And then a little item right here. And you can jump across to this mushroom right here if you choose to. Cool. Cool in all of its glory and stuff, but that's pretty much it. When you come down in here, there will be wolves, so be careful. But over here, there will be a ore deposit. Just pretty much the only thing that's over here, just the little nifty little thing. I guess we're gonna do the left side first. I usually go to the right side out of habit, but we're gonna go this way just to show it all. So you can climb up right here if you want to and jump over there if you want. There's no reason to because the shortcut's not open, so don't waste your time yet. But you can come back and jump across to here because there's a chest right here. Money. Yeah, loot. We love our loot here. But now, I'm pretty sure, yeah. If you want to, you can come in here, break this stuff. Drops loot for you, drops loot for you. If it doesn't, womp womp. But in these fields, there should be another wolf, so careful about the one lurking in the wheat. We have picked up some extra nettle spores, so we could just obliterate that right now, but we're not gonna worry about that at this moment. We will be coming back to this spot, but I want to show you guys where more of the loot is at. From in here, there is a dig spot in the house, but there's nothing else over here to my knowledge. Even if you like, oh, chill. Even if you climb up on this, like there's nothing crazy. There are 3 of these plagued wolves over here though, so be careful. They will absolutely gangbang you if you get too close or don't realize they're there. They can jump out of nowhere and absolutely obliterate you. And that should be the 3rd one. But now you have like this hay bale house over here that you can see. You can very easily get to this house after we get the town open. So don't worry too much about it. The main thing that I want to point out is this tower that we're at right here, or behind the place. And this is why I usually go from the top because it's just much easier to progress through here in that sense. But you got herbs and a dig spot around here. But as you can see, we have another nettle spore over here. So you're going to come in here and climb all the way to the top. And I'll show you why I like coming in here first and coming from the top down because it saves a lot of climbing and BS that you don't have to do. But if you just run over here from the right as soon as you get into the region, like go hit the whisper, do all this top stuff. But then what you're going to want to do is just run over here to begin with. You're going to just haul butt over here. And if you run from here down there, you... Of course it doesn't do it the one time I show it. You won't die if you jump, but if you push right here, there you go. Jeez Louise. You can just get to this point without having to go straight to that hole and then fall down and then come this way. You can just straight jump that way. But you do that, it leads you out to the spore right here. Go back down, go back up, whichever you want. Another way that, so I'm going to show you 2 ways I guess you can do it. But if we come back out this way, you can technically fall off onto the roof right there. Or line yourself up with the beam. So like if we come back over here, it'll be like, look at the village. You're like, wow, that's great and all. But I want to get to the house. Well, you just push over to the house like it is so. And then if you want to, because I didn't find anything up here, so I didn't think it was truly incentivizing to really be here, but you can use this as a way to progress over to the other house that's right there. So if you just hold and jump, you can get here, but you can't get into Marin Village, to my knowledge. I haven't really tried it. Yeah, that's what I thought. But you fall in here, there is a chest. You can get to this super easily from Marin by literally just getting on the wall and falling in here. So if you don't want to play the parkour game, you don't have to. That is totally up to you. Oh my goodness, I thought I was dead. I thought I totally jumped right into that. Also, the water is nasty, so be careful. If you do grab this spore, make sure that you knock this out. Then after that's done, access to the village is available. And we're gonna do two things here. Well, the first one is we're gonna come all the way over here because there's a goat and a boat. And there's a special item that drops off of this goat. I haven't seen it come off of any other goat, literally. This one's like a guarantee drop. So if you kill this goat in the boat, it drops goat's blood. I know I've heard that you can, I've heard and I've seen it used in the end game burning, but I haven't really seen it like be absolutely useful. It just seems like something you can do. So because I haven't seen like any other like extra buffs that come from it. So until that gets figured out a little bit more, I don't know. But there is a nettle spore over this way that you can loot and then jump back through. You can, for all intents and purposes, skip this one if you don't want to. Come all the way over here because you will be opening a shortcut and other stuff like that on the way over here. So it's not really necessary. It's just something more you can do. Treasure you can find, loot you can figure out and stuff like that. Fishing deposit and other resources over here. Get on the ledge, you clown. There you go. Jeez Louise. But this is why I said it's kind of like not like you're not needing to come over here just yet, but I just wanted to show you like all of the things because there's a mining node over here you can get to, all that jazz. But we're gonna go proceed back through the main village because there are a lot of little secrets tucked away in this town. They really went all out for this area. It's insane. The first thing you're gonna want to do, so like if you want to, there's a bunch of breakables and stuff around here that you can break open if you want to, but the first one is there is this little like pool of water you can swim out to now that that icky SOB is gone. Little cave with another ground monster, so be careful or get picked up and totally get obliterated. That's my bad. Goodness gracious. This is what I get for being stingy with my healing items like a clown. Boing. If that happens to you, you can just spawn in and run back. I do believe that you can just get there from going this way as well, yeah. So if you don't want to go all the way back through Marin, you can just run out here. There's some foreshadowing here. All right. So now that you're down here, just to get that out of the way, there's a ore deposit and a dig site here. There's a chest in here as well, but we'll get to that in a little bit. If you swim all the way back here, there is loot that can spawn here. So a chest can spawn here if you're lucky, but there's a root wall, and this will help you kind of like skip a bunch of the top stuff if you want. It will also help you climb to this roof, but it's almost entirely unnecessary. Because you can easily get to this roof from just right here. So like if you want to, you can push up on this, jump across, and you're up just as easily. But it's there if you want to do it that way. You absolutely can. What we're gonna do is jump across to this roof right here and grab this treasure chest. Get the loot. Yes, fallen embers are favorite. And then you can loop back around to here. Oh yeah, that's right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna walk this way, fall. Don't be scared. And there is a root wall right here that you can climb up that will take you to the top. I was like, I swear I remember how to do this. Am I going insane? There you go. It's a little stingy still, so if you fall, don't worry. Hopefully you don't die. I hope you don't. We'll come back here and jump across. Because I just want to make sure that we're not missing anything. There is loot up there that we can get to, but it requires us to come back around the side of the house here to these roots, and then you can climb to the top of the house and now grab that treasure chest that we just saw right there. In order to not fall and break our legs and all that jazz, you can just come back this way and run off the house. We do have to come back up this way anyways, because we are trying to see everything, right? As you progress up here, there will be a shortcut here. Make sure you come all the way to the end here. And again, there's where that chest was that we opened, so you can just climb up on this and then jump off to the roof and then go down if you want to. Totally an option. The workbenches and stuff here are available to you, like workbenches, cooking stoves, all that jazz. So there are reasons to like have this place unlocked and all that jazz, outside of it being just purely quest stuff. But if you come in here, there's also a lore book in here if that sparks your interest. Not gonna lie, I thought that cat was a toad. I was like, huh, that's new. And then from here, want to say, because I think I want to say I got a little crazy with this. I think you jump from there to here. Yeah, that's what I did. But you jump from there and then you just walk slowly onto this water well. Make sure you're lined up with this first boat, or like the very northern one, and then just slowly walk off. And you should be able to get your loot and then run and jump, because you want to hit that and then get the loot in this cave down here, right? So just be careful about that. Broken Forge. Yeah, you can go. I don't think I've ever seen that mace before. I've been playing this game almost 200 hours and I'm still finding new stuff. Insane. But that's everything that's up there. So you can just swim back over here to the vines, because we're going to take the quick route up. Another way to just kind of like circumvent that as well. You don't have to go all the way around into this big ladder that takes you all the way up and stuff. You can just come back here, drop down. Make sure you grab whatever sparklies you see. There are like little urns all over the village and like baskets full of herbs and stuff that you can pick up. So just know that's an option. Plus you have resource spots here that always spawn in these village, and they do respawn, so it's just nice to be like, oh man, there's a lot of friggin' herbs in here and stuff, right? So these will always be here. Just know that they do respawn. Plus that dig site does as well, so there you go. Now we've gotten extra spores, but I'm going to show you the one in case you missed all those other ones or they disappeared or whatever happened. There is a spore that spawns in this village all the way up here. As you come through here and down this way, ugh, I hate that sometimes my analog sticks are going out on me. There is a spore right here that you can pick up. How about you pick it up, you nerd? Then the quick way, you can either go back the way you came, or you can just take the quick way down that takes no fall damage. Just run down and zippity doo dah back here. We come back and you use the spore, clear it out, and it clears both ways. So like I said, you can run through this stuff and it doesn't hurt, but now you've pretty much unlocked like the main village to here. There's more resources to grab in here, more tomat, dig site back here, and an ore deposit, so extra just lootables. And then if you come back over this way, there's going to be a cutscene that plays with Odessa. Badass. I think Odessa's character development's freaking awesome. I just fangirling or whatever. There's a dig site back here by Irmgard's hut. If you want lore or letters or anything like that, there's other things to read up here, as well as more lore right here. And then there's going to be a gate over here. We can't go through this gate yet. This is going to be released content later in the game cycle and stuff, so don't worry about that. But this is here. It's kind of funny. If you sidle against things and hit the melee button, you'll knock on stuff. And I can't remember if this is a figment of my imagination or not, but I feel like the sidle with the knock used to like open magic doors or like secret doors or something. I feel like they're just gone now. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I don't know. Either way, there's a shortcut right here for where that nettle spore was that we got a little bit ago. So now in case you fall in the water here or whatever, you can just figure it out. After you get done with the cutscene, you don't have to talk to Odessa again, but you can if you want that dialogue line. But now here's, before we progress through, here's this little area as well. This place was just so like well developed. There's just so many little like secrets all over the place. But you're gonna come down the little set of stairs right here and into this door. And when you do that, there is a little spawn for a chest right here, or loot or whatever it might be. You can't access anything else, like you can't sleep in the bed or grab those or whatever. But if you come down here, there is another shortcut, essentially. So if you want to get up and down and around and all over the place, they gave you all of the options in this town. But from here, we're going to go out this way. I'm just going to show you that there's resources out here if you want to come this way. You have mining and another quick way to jump down to that nettle if you want to go there. Let's say you missed it, mayhaps. But you're gonna come back to the road again, and we have two shortcuts we're gonna kick here. One is right here, and the other thing is just like there's herb and loot and all over things. There's also this like gate / closed off thing for interconnected area-ness. So don't think that you can't go back there or that you will be able to right now, because right now that content's not available. From right here though, you have two things you can do. You can jump over here and hope to God you live. It's a little cave with some enemies in it. and some ore deposits and all that jazz. A rat as well, you little rat, but also a chest location as well. So if you come up here, you have loot that can spawn here. May the odds be ever in your favor. And then if you come back down here, this is just where that ore deposit is. And that's pretty much it. So you can either fall down there or jump back across to this beam, whichever one you want to do, whichever one's less stress inducing. When you come in here, you'll encounter enemies. So be careful. There's always 2 of them and they're random, so they can absolutely ruin your day if you allow them to. Go to sleep. But we do have a couple of pieces of loot in here that we can get to. So jump up here and then jump up here. And there's where that chest is. So technically you could jump off from there to over here and then up here if you wanted to. Totally up to you and your adventuring expertise. Because some of these things are out in the open. Some of these things are very well hidden. So you have that that sand deposit there, that dig spot there. But here's the other shortcut that we want that will lead us back to the whisper of this area, which is super GG's. Now that that's open though, we have more adventuring to do before us. If you want mushrooms or resources, they can also spawn on the top of these, so there's that. But the main thing is not progressing through this quest. Now be careful, because this next area can get a little hairy, if you will. There is a mob that we're going to go over to the left and clear first, because they will absolutely make you miserable while trying to go through this area. Give them a taste of their own medicine and show them that they themselves can't fly. But if you want to, you can go to the left and there is resources. Or if you want to come over here and then jump over, you can come over here to get a piece of loot. In our case, it's a piece of gear. Sweet. I don't need it. It's okay. But when you drop all the way down, you'll be stuck down here. There's no way to climb back up from this area. No vines or anything like that. But if you come down over this way, there is another silver deposit that you can get. So make sure you get it when future patches come out. Ores and trees and stuff will auto mark to your mini map, so you'll be good. Now, before I go down to this next area, I just want to preface, there are 2 bears down here. If you thought 1 was difficult, 2 are even more difficult. You can either get really good at parrying them or let them kill each other. And when I say that, try and get them to run into each other and smack each other, because enemies in this game melee each other to death, right? So right here, no, walk to the right. You're gonna walk to this point and then just let go, and you'll fall into the water safely. And yeah, if you let go too soon, you'll hit the ground and die. I've tried it too many times. But we're gonna come out here and aggro the bears. They are anger, so now that we've aggroed the both of them, we can hopefully get them to potentially smack each other to death. The thing that I found is the easiest when it comes to the bears is when they do their bites. But just like that, you can get them to hit each other. The third bite is usually the easiest to parry, so long as you're actively paying attention. I promise I'm good at this game. But 1, 2, 3, and if you're too close to that second bite, it's getting familiar with the ranges that you really want to make sure. But like that second one's not gonna hit me, but that third one will. Ooh, I got iframes because I was climbing on something. Ooh, I parried the wrong thing, but hey, that worked for us. So 1, 2, 3, you can always get the parry off unless you get smacked in the head by the other ones. But there is that. So, I mean, if you're strong enough to just delete this stuff, bully for you. But some people will definitely have a little bit of a time through there. So just know that will be a little difficult. But once you do that, kill them, get your resources, get your treasure, all of that jazz. There's fish. And that's all that's down here. 2 bears, a lot of treasure, but the way to progress forward. With that being said, we're going to come over here to the right, to the far right, because there's a vine wall we're going to climb up. And as you go up, there will be a stick on your left that will provide some sweet relief, unless you have that unlimited climbing ring, to which you can just go all the way up this wall and be safe. But you're going to want to stop at this anyways, because in here across this ledge, there's another bear, but there's some treasure, some resources, and other stuff. So just be careful, because the water can slow you and get you absolutely creamed in, and just you don't want to do that. I mean, unless that's your thing. But I have a feeling some people don't want to die and they want to keep progressing in adventure. So proceed at your own risk. But that silver deposit's back here, and the loot is under the waterfall, surprisingly enough. With that being said, you can either jump to the log again, or you can just kitty corner it and jump to the wall itself. Try not to fall, whatever he's doing. But you jump all the way to the top. And voila. Now from here, you have loot over here to the left. Make sure that you walk into the tree and out of the tree here, and then you strafe jump over, and then that treasure should just be right here. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Go back the way you came. Don't fucking fall or you'll be mondo sad. Once you come out this way, you can just run straight out. You don't have to go back the same exact way. You can just beeline straight out. And that leads us to our next part. We're gonna open a shortcut right here, do a little loop around, and come up here onto Pride Rock. From here, you're gonna jump across and just beeline through. And this is the shortcut that leads back out here to where we were before. Ta-da! All right, and then come back through the house, climb up here, and then jump over to this ledge. This ore deposit likes to bug out, so if you start mining it and it just doesn't let you, don't worry about it. But there's another loot chest on top of this house. Wait, free loot you got in there, and move along. And then this, you can just drop down, stop it, and keep on going. Because now you're gonna progress this way, and a cutscene will play as soon as you walk past this threshold. Watch it, skip it, do what you're gonna do. You'll meet Ermgard there, and Odessa will show up. You talk to Odessa, she gives you a quest item. Excuse me. And then from here, you can look around for the resources that might spawn in the area, all that jazz, like right there, there's lithops, the herb. But before we progress past this point, dig site, all that jazz, you have a couple of things that you can do here. So you have a climb up right here that will lead you to a chest right here. I'm gonna be 110% honest with you guys. I didn't know that was there until just this moment, so you're welcome. Okay, and I thought that would take me through some magical, mystical way. So when you're done with that, come back down this way, and we're gonna open a shortcut here. So before you keep going that way, walk in here. If you run in here and fall off, I don't want to hear it. There's a ladder right here. You can kick down another shortcut. Now from here, be careful. There is a mob at the very bottom of the screen, which it will slightly pan to. Fuck him. He will usually not aggro until you get over to his platform, but in case he does start shooting at you, just beware. But what you're gonna do is push over to the right and start running. I'm just trying to de-aggro him so I can walk over here without falling. But now that you're here, you just want to sprint jump over. If you fall because the game doesn't like to jump on its own, you've now got the shortcut open, and now you can just come back up and try. So now we're just gonna try again, and this time we're just gonna go around here and then jump. He's gonna get anger. We're gonna kick him in the teeth, send him to the moon. Hey, there's a nice floor down there. Go find that penny. Ah! I like how they fly to save themselves from death and then still fall and die. It's funny. But jump over, and now we're gonna just head over to the far right. There are some vines you want to line yourself up with and jump onto. He dropped some loot, that bastard. And we have two different things we can do here. The first one being line up this way and jump over, because there is this branch you can jump onto. If you're playing hardcore, don't grab this. Don't sacrifice your life for this in case you don't grab this ledge, right? But go back over. I found that every jump in this game is very meticulously like input to have you be patient. So don't just try and sprint and grab that stuff. Once you're here, you should be able to just see the bird archer. He is usually always there first time around, so be careful. After that, mobs always have random chances to spawn, all that jazz. But loot the treasure chest that's here, and now we're going to go across the other wooden branch that's here and jump across. We're gonna play a little bit of Frogger here, boing, and one more time. And now that you're here, this is where you're gonna use the Kestrel egg. Plop that bad boy in, and you can just run through the beak and hit another whisper. Now we're in the treetops. This place can be very stupid, especially because the bird guys can summon a lot of people, so just be aware of that. But first guy will be right here. Stop it. I just need to magic you. But we're gonna grab the first little secret treasure chest here. If you walk up this way patiently, you can sprint up it if you got cojones like that. Just know that one false move will send you down to the start point. But there's a chest here you can open up, all that jazz. If you're patient, you're rewarded. Now right here, when you walk past this area, there will be a guy in the next room. It's usually a spear shielder, and then a archer will fly down onto this bridge. If you go far enough into the next room, this guy won't aggro. So you can come out and backstab him if you decide to backtrack, but we're gonna run through and get to this guy in the back, because like I said, if you can get to him back here, then it will help you not get walked up on like that. I went too far back, so that was unfortunate, but we're just going to apparently walk up on the ledge and then blast him in the face. But yeah, so that if he decides to join in, just know that that could be a potential 2-on-1 situation. So just be aware. Now we can go up this way to get to the same place. It involves the same thing, but from here, I'm going to show you a way you can go around, because if you go that way and not expecting it, you will absolutely get fucked by that bird that's right there, because he's like 20 feet tall and angry. I think somebody pooped in his Cheerios. If you come back this way and jump across and just stay right here, you can now see him on your screen instead of getting creamed in by him. And now from here, if you want to, you can crouch through and get behind him, do a charge up attack, do what you're going to do. For my all intents and purposes, I'm going to cast a spell and totally obliterate him from the face of the earth, because they're just annoying. Get rid of some blue gear here. I like my purple gear. It's pretty GG's. Blue gear can have its things, but I'll do a whole video about that. But now that you're here, but again, that whole little like part right here, this climb up would have led you right in front of that guy, right? So that other way around makes it so that way you can get the drop on him and not worry about it. But now we're gonna run and jump across. Make sure you hit this wall, because if you don't, it's gonna be a bad time. If you want to do a run and jump attack on this guy, you can do this and totally miss him apparently, because he's just gonna like phase out of existence or some shit. I don't know. I don't entirely know. Kill that guy. Goodbye. But there will usually be another guy standing right here on this platform. It does seem to change, because it wasn't an archer the last time I came through here. It was like a bee jar thrower or whatever, so just be careful about that. But if you did come over here already, just grab this chest real quick, and then head back to where we fought that guy with the mace, the club, whatever you want to call it. But from here, you can come around this way, pick up your resources that spawn in the baskets and all that jazz. But there is going to be a run and jump right here, or just position yourself and then jump. As long as you grab this edge, you're good. Now be a little careful here, because you want to run and jump out this way, and from here jump this way. Now when you come into this room, there's a big ass hole in the floor that will fall to your death, and 2 mobs that spawn. They only spawn when you either go for the treasure chest or the ladder that you have to kick down. So we're gonna go for the ladder first, because that's at least kind of like a little shortcut slash like area traversal thing. I'm gonna backstab this guy because he spawns right there every time, and then the other guy can fly in from the other side of the room for all I care, because I'm gonna blast him with magic anyways. But they will kind of like corner you in, so just be careful. But then you can get your loot and all that jazz. Now before you go down the ladder, just look electric to you. There is a bird hulk down here, so just be careful. But there is another loot chest and reward aplenty, so just deal with him however you will. Make sure he knows you owe him money, and then you can loot your chest here. Oh my god, stuff spawned as okay. And then run out over here, because there is an item you can grab right here. Now I've never tested it. You can try to jump back if you want. There's no purpose to, because this essentially just leads you right back to where you need to go. There is a little like loop around here. Like let's say you went up and jumped down, you could just fall down to this platform from right above, the way that we went there. But that's okay, you don't gotta worry about it. Now I'm gonna show you this too, because this is a nice little side area with loot, and where that endless climbing ring could come in handy, because you might panic on this wall. But you're gonna jump across to these platforms. Careful, they are moving a little bit, so if you're doing hardcore and don't want to deal with it, don't. This is death if you don't have an endless climbing ring or you screw up. But run across and jump, hit the walls. But instead of going straight up, you're gonna come to the left and line yourself up with this log. Once you're lined up with this log, drop and position yourself to land on it. Walk to the tip of it, and then you're gonna want to position yourself over to the ledge and jump over. Now there is a mob over here that will try and shoot you. Make sure you make plenty of distance to the platform, because it could be a really bad day. I'm talking like pancake on the ground bad day. I'm talking bad. But once you get that, you're gonna come up this way, and there's a platform here that will help lead you back. You're just gonna walk out to the nest right here, and then from the nest you're gonna aim to the right, jump, and then you're back here, and then over to that platform as well. The vertigo is real here, but jump over, and now you're back to where you killed Big Bird Boy, and we can progress forward. So now jump over here and jump up. There's a lot of like weaving back in on itself here, which is fun but kind of annoying sometimes, especially when you're like, oh, there's one little item there, do I really want to jump for that? if you want the loot, you gotta make the sacrifices till you get the shortcuts open, so it is just a little annoying, but it is what it is. That being said, always constantly be kind of looking at the ledges because there is loot to get. I'm gonna just show you how to get this loot right here. You just jump down here and loot, and then you go back down again, and then you go back through that same feedback loop of going right back to where you were going. Because the funny part is, if you go this way and drop down right here, there is a shortcut right here. And this shortcut will then lead from where you jump down to that thing, because no matter what, you're still gonna have to go back through this loop to jump down onto that to there, but instead of having to go all the way back around and then down here, now you can come back down and then around there, and it's like half the time, but it's still time wasted, right? But from here, you're gonna have an enemy. So sometimes this enemy spawns over here. He's not here right now, so I don't know. But sometimes that enemy likes to spawn in. I think it's only after you aggro this guy down here and he calls in reinforcements. I don't know. So the faster you kill him, like there's one reinforcement. I'm pretty sure that this guy is over here now. Yeah, okay, so there we go. So yeah, after you piss off the guy down there, just be careful because these guys will spawn after you just went through there and there was nothing. So deal with them. Make sure you punish them more than they punish you because these guys are just annoying as all hell. But yeah, so you're gonna come back down here, grab your loot from everything that you did, and there's two different things that we're gonna do here. One of them being, I'm gonna show you this direction because if you come this way from that direction, you will find this root wall here and a little like loot location back here sometimes. But mostly just go up the root wall. And this is why I said I don't know if it's important or not to have the gear. I guess I'm gonna leave the gear off and we're gonna see what happens. But with that A gear, you'll come up here and the like bird head honcho will be here. You step up here and like a cutscene will not like cutscene, but a dialogue will play without you interacting with anything. With that being said though, it'll ask you to talk to him, and when you talk to him, you just hear a bunch of clicking noises, blah blah blah, and you can talk to him. So yeah, he says that. So now what I think is necessary is that you picked up that A gear, so put all of it on real quick, and when you do that, talk to him again. Maybe you need to leave the area. I don't know. From this guy, I think it might be a little bit of time or something. Yeah, I think it just you have to just wait a little bit of time, because the last time I came in here and talked to him, he gave me a whatchamacallit. He gave me a, cannot think of it to save my life, a fraggin. My brain is mush. I want to say I was using those gloves, but I honestly cannot remember. Oh, those are gauntlets. He gave me a blood Ichor, which we did not get from him right there. At least I didn't see it pop up. If I did, when I rewatch this, I'll make sure. But that is what's supposed to happen. And then he's supposed to have like another dialogue line or something. So maybe after you get done running the area, kill the area boss or whatever, maybe he'll help you with that. I don't know. But that's where you find him, because that can be a little annoying to try and retrack back to and find. Now from here, instead of progressing down that way to those baskets, we're going to come this way. And this is where those extra spores that we picked up are going to help us. You're going to take the top one here and drop down here. Careful, there is an enemy down here that will try to take your Cheez-Its, which is Quick's favorite, if anybody knows who that is. But this is where you're going to use that Nettle Spore. When you do that, this thing blows up. Again, you can run through this stuff and it doesn't hurt you. But there will be a treasure chest, a shortcut, and more loot this way. So if you come this way, you can jump down onto that guy there if you want to. For whatever reason, they just made like a little loop back there. So there's that. Enjoy. There's another enemy right here. Oh my god, how he did not proc, I don't know, but I am scared for my life. Don't do it. Drop it. I was gonna say there was a Hulk out here, but I guess the mob spawn changes, so be careful. You're gonna come down first because there is that ladder that we saw by the bridge now. So now you have a shortcut up here in case you don't want to run all the way to the left and then find a bunch of other stuff. When you come up here though, the only thing that's up here is a loot chest spawn, but it requires you to do some parkour. You come over here. It just so happened to be a big chest this time. The last time I came through here, it was a tiny chest, and then the time before that it was a dot, so like this. So I was like, ah man, that kind of sucks, but loot has the chance to always vary, so you have every incentivization to keep looking around for it. With that being said, just run back the way we came, because now that that shortcut's open and now you have access from basically the ground floor to the trees, you're Gucci. And now we can truly progress through the rest of the area. This place is just so convoluted. It's convoluted, but it's in like a good way because it's all handcrafted, right? So it's just amazing. But you can walk off that one. You have to jump to that one and then walk off that one. And then you have to sprint jump to these last two. You can walk off that if you want, but I sprint because it's a big enough platform. All right, but from here you have the Whisper and the shortcut that would lead to that bird boss. So if you did go through all of this and you didn't do the bird boss, the unbreakable egg, because you didn't want to do that first, now you have this as a shortcut that you can use. It is a little closer than the other Whisper just over there, but you can kind of go about it however you choose to. But with that being said, we're gonna cover two things here because we got a couple of little things to loot here. First thing is going to be this elevator right here. I want you to pull that and get on, because this is gonna lead us to a shortcut of a kind, which is right here. There's treasure right here, and then another little shortcut to kick down. This is where that archer spawned in, but now this is available, so now you have like a little elevator to take you from top to bottom if you want. Just nice that it's an option, but it is just a little side thing. You can totally miss this and just run right past it. The second thing is the routes that we come down here. Now, I'm gonna show you this, and then we're gonna have to backtrack here because the way that this works, there's no way to get like right back to this point right here. But we're gonna unlock a shortcut right here because the rest of the stuff up here is just like loot spawns and stuff, nothing super important. But if you drop off right there, you land on the top of the statue. If you walk off to the left, you'll fall right here. Or just at least try to walk off anywhere to land on this. I walked off the left because it seems like there's more landing pad. And you're gonna slowly edge to the right and walk through this hole right here. Now, there will be a treasure chest near the first time. If you don't get lucky on this, then it just could be your luck. But this is where that door was that I talked about. And a lot of people that I know have missed it and didn't know that it was there kind of thing. So now you've got the shortcut available to go up that shortcut, to go back through other shortcuts, to go back through the area, all that jazz. And then before you leave, come back over here and kick this. This will lead you to yet another shortcut. Now you're gonna come back down here, grab this Nettle Spore, and this will spit you out right at the entrance of the temple that we're trying to go into. This is the Temple of Day and Night. Just come down here to the right because we want to get a shortcut open without aggroing those guys yet. But yeah, here's this handle. Open this up. There is a mob patrolling over here, so just be careful. There they are. Oh yeah, baby, go to sleep. Give me your money. There is a root wall right here you can climb up, and there should just be extra, looks like herbs and stuff up here. Nothing super crazy. It is a vantage point though, so if you got like spells and stuff and you drag them over here, maybe you can snipe them. I like to parry, so I like to be all up in their junk. And I will actually backtrack right here just so you guys can see what is back here, because there, like I said, there are loot spawns and it is important. It's just not like Mondo important like that shortcut over there. But you can just scale back up this wall or path. If you walk this way, there is a cooking fire. And if you came down from that way, there's a lore book, but there's a mob that will spawn right here. That wasn't there before, right? So he will run up behind you, so just be aware of that. Oh, I am. I was gonna say, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think you can fall down that. I wanted to test it, and if I died, then you knew not to. But if you continue coming back up here, this would be essentially where you would run up from around where we just fell right there, right? So this is where you would drop down to that shortcut. This is where you'd run up and come through here. Because you do have little chest locations spawn up here that you can get to. You just have to sidle. I actually haven't checked all this stuff, but there, like I said, I swear that used to have a function. But right here, there is a chest that you can get and a silver deposit. So if you do decide to come up this way, it's not in vain. There's not a reason to come up here, so just get your loot. Plus, if you come back down from this way, as you progress this way, you will get to right here where you can jump over to this and then climb up. You can also come from the bottom if you want to. You don't have to go this way. But on the ledge here, there is some roots over there that we can jump to and then walk across. I really wish my joystick is so borked, so it just auto target shit, so it's kind of annoying. It's like, stop it. But there is a chest over here that can spawn, so make sure you come over here and get your looties. And then just come back the way you came. If you want to, you can try and jump, but more times than not, you'll just grab this and do that. I want to say, Oh, yeah, okay, so if you fall, you have to come out this way. There is, if I recall correctly, if you come back up this way and jump across. No, I think I'm thinking of somewhere in, I'm not thinking of that, or hold on, I need to go up a little bit more, I think. Because I could have sworn that there was an area over here that if you fell into, no. Okay, yeah, no, it's not over here. Maybe, hold on. My brain's going 6 ways to Sunday. You can fall right here, and there is loot right here. Or, okay, don't fall. Okay, yeah, there you go. Run out to the right side. But there's loot right here. You can just walk out of this ledge right here. I knew there was treasure out here. I was like, where the hell is that? But it's just right there. You can do that. Now we're gonna progress through, because now that we got this shortcut open right here, this just leads back out to the woods and do that shortcut to Sacrament. So now you have pretty much direct access to this boss room, especially if it's like pestilence or whatever. So now that you're here, just blow these guys up. I'm gonna save the big guy so I could farm some focus on him, so I can hopefully just one-shot Tusk in those guys. Stop it. I want to fight that one, because this guy's easy mode. Plus, it's just easy to farm focus off of him. Oh, rude. Okay, I did that way too soon. That's my bad. That's my bad, fam. Stop it. Get some help. Chat, I'm having a stroke. Chat, YouTube, I'm having a stroke. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it, chat. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Nerd. Does not help to get hit before. I'm getting hurt more by this guy than the boss actually will hurt me. That is insane to me. I don't know why I'm... There we go. I say he's the easiest thing to parry on the planet, and then I struggle. Ooh, that's rough. You're gonna kill them, loot them, come through here, and there will be a whisper in here. You will get a cutscene when you walk through the final boss room door, but there is also a area for cooking and other stuff like that. So get your checkpoint and then come into the boss fight. Again, if you need to cook food, there's stuff all around it, so you're good to go there. I'm just gonna make a couple of these in case I need them. I don't think I will, but you never know. It's hard out here, chat. It's hard out here. But no, come down through here. Before you do that though, there usually, I just want to point this out, there usually is like a treasure spawn right here. So if you do come back to this area, there can be loot right there, just so you know. So that way, and make sure you pay attention, because sometimes it can be dark and you will miss it. So it's just like, okay, come back. But after you get here, you'll fight Timon and Pumbaa, the caretaker, and Husk, I think is his name. Tusk. Yeah, Tusk, whatever. Any damage that you deal to the caretaker will get dealt to Tusk. So just make sure that you kill Tusk as fast as you can, and then just deal with this fight. I'm not gonna deal with it. That's why I brought my over-leveled character, because I just don't want to deal with it. But after you get done with that fight, have fun, good luck. Don't die, udachi vam. Kaka ni gavarit по-русски, as they say in Russian. But if you come up this way, it will spit you back out to the middle area where Irmgard is at. God, the music in this game's so good. I really wish you could just sit in the boss fights. But after you run out of here that was previously like all gloopified, that should be cleared now, because as you run past here, there will be ick. But from there, you're gonna come back up this way and run across the board and go back into the village, because this is how you will finally finish the quest for Marin Village, but also unlock the vendors in town, because everybody will be like, oh sweet, you're here and all that jazz. So you now have this available to you. There will be a cutscene that plays, people will talk, Irmgard will appear out of nowhere. Finish the dialogue between them, and then be careful if you spam the X button too much, because a trade menu will pop up and you will just pull this open. So if you start hitting X, you'll start like spending these resources that you have on other resources, because you can resource exchange here. So if you have hooves, you can exchange it for antlers. If you have antlers, you can exchange them for skulls and things like that, so on and so forth. Excuse me, Jesus, jeez Louise. But yeah, so that I do believe covers all of Marin Woods. It is a doozy, that is for sure. There is a lot here, a lot of nooks and crannies, areas that just Like, this place is beautiful. The music is atmospheric, all of that jazz. But if you come back down into here into the village, this guy will sell you throwables or potions. And by potions, I mean like the elixirs and stuff like that. Like this purifying brew, excuse me. But also like vials and foci and stuff. But he's also got bombs, which are the max level bombs as well. So if you're doing a chance to not spend bombs build, then there you go. This other guy is here for resources. He sells some of the animal parts, herbs, meats, ores, all that jazz. It would be nice if we had like a teleport to this area, but it's okay for now. Again, look at that. We were gone for just a little bit, but all of these resources are spawned now. So we got tomatoes, potatoes, all that jazz. And there's also a blacksmith in this town in case you, what you call it, in case you need your gear repaired. You can also buy weapon-specific items from him as well, and a silver pickaxe and a silver shovel as well if you do not have your blacksmith tier 3 in Sacrament yet. But he has strength dex weapons, strength int weapons, and then a strength shield. But all of these come with different abilities like Ice Ram, Fire Whirl, and Wild Rush. You have different things that you can get and vibe with from there. But you can also sell to him and get rid of all of your junk. I'm going to get rid of everything because I don't need it. And I'm going to hold on to those because I want to enchant them. But then you can also, again, repair your stuff and get a move on. Other than that, though, I'm pretty sure, and I mean, there might still be some things that I don't know everything about. I'd like to think I've learned a lot, but I don't know everything. So if you guys know of anything else that has been here in this place that I might have missed that's of big significance, like loot or lore or anything like that, I try to tag all of that stuff in the videos when I do the time codes and everything like that. But if you guys happen to come across anything that I missed shortcut wise or any of that jazz, let me know. But that should, to my knowledge, be the entirety of Marin Woods, Marin Village, every little shortcut, no stone left unturned, all of that jazz. We got the mill covered. We got every little cranny covered that I could think of. Again, if you think of anything else, let me know, but that should conclude this area. So from here, you can just go back to Sacrament, and then on the next episode, we will cover the Lowland Meadows. And after Lowland Meadows, I'll get Nameless Pass Part 2 done, and that will be the end of the campaign. And then I will cover a little bit more that needs to be covered. I have a few more videos I want to get out before the weekend, so keep an eye out for those. As always, though, YouTube, thank you for being here, guys. If you watched or have caught any of the streams thus far, I appreciate you guys as well. If you guys like to catch me live and ask me any questions or anything like that, I try to find as much information about the game as I possibly can. So stop by, ask your questions. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Follow us over on Twitch. We're live mostly every day. I try to take a day off every once in a while, but I usually try to stream every day because I try to be as helpful as possible. So I will see you guys in a Sola Sacra. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a lovely rest of your morning, day, evening, afternoon, night, wherever you're at in the world. And we will be back again soon with the rest of the walkthroughs. Y'all have a good one. Take care of yourselves and be safe. Peace, homies.